of Chicago.
Consumer investigator Jason Knowles is here tonight to let you know about what he is working on for tonight. Jason, welcome to the Hour of Power here. Of course, always great advice. How did you find out about this potential safety issue?
Well, hi, Cheryl. Hi, Mark. That's right. You know, this is why we love our viewers, of course, and we love people calling and emailing us and telling us what is going on in their neighborhood. This all started with one man in the Lakeview neighborhood. He noticed that 10 different traffic lights at different intersections were out all over the Lakeview neighborhood, and he started noticing this about a year ago. He was calling on it. He was calling into 311. He was going onto the 311 app and saying, hey, this traffic light is out. What is going on here? You know, he wants the light back on because he cares about the safety of pedestrians and drivers. And, you know, these traffic lights are built for redundancy. So even if one is working and you don't have the other, it could be confusing if you see a red light out on the right-hand side, but it is working on the left-hand side. So this story just got bigger and bigger. We went and looked at his neighborhood and saw that a lot of these traffic lights were gone. A year later, still not fixed in his neighborhood. So we started asking more and more questions. Of course, we're asking CDOT what is taking so long, and 311 why this is taking so long to get all of these different lights fixed. But then, of course, this story got even bigger because we used the Freedom of Information Act to find that there's actually 29,000 more of these issues all over the city of Chicago in the last year and a half. 29,000 complaints of these lights being out. So we randomly checked different sets of lights, and we did find out that, of course, some of these lights still are not fixed. We're going to show you more of that at 10 o'clock tonight and get some answers from the city.
29,000 complaints. Oh, yeah. My gosh.
Quite a bit, huh?
No kidding. So, okay, what do people need to do if they see a problem like this in their neighborhood? And I guess my question, too, is if they call 311, will they get a result?
Well, you know, that's what we're wondering, because we went back out and a lot of these lights still aren't fixed. I think we may have had some video of some of the problem here. I'm not sure if we have that for you, but I'll go ahead and do my best to describe it to you. There we have it there. You know, some of these are at confusing intersections as well. You can see where the light is not there and not working. A driver could be confused, and if the driver blows through that red light by chance, you know, then the pedestrians walking through, you can see right there people on their stroller. There, you are pushing a stroller there on that intersection. It's really confusing. Very busy intersections. This can be an issue. You know, I would tell people, call 311. You've got to go to the app. You still have to report these. The city is saying, still encouraging people to report these. Call your alderman, call any other city officials that you can to try to get these fixed. The city says it is out there doing its best trying to fix these lights. And I do want to say, of course, the city says it follows federal guidelines to have 2 working signals at all intersections. But you'll have to watch tonight at 10 o'clock to see what we have for you. The full statement from the city, and of course some specific intersections and how dangerous this can potentially be.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to say, because we're instructed to call 311 as a safety help. But if you call that number and you're saying 29,000, so Jason, when you threw that number out to officials, did you get a response as to wow, or we knew that already?
Well, we knew that there was 29,000 complaints. You know, they were pretty just much saying, yep, there are. That's the number of complaints. The biggest question we had for them is, why are some of these not being addressed or not being fixed? You know, obviously we're in a very big city. There's thousands and thousands of intersections, and it's not like the lights are out at the entire intersection. So, you know, of course there could be a lot of complaints, but the biggest question is, why do they not get fixed? As of now, we're not getting a solid answer from the city, especially with our guy that called us in Lakeview to tell us about his problems as to why they are not being addressed. We even recently went out again this week to check some of these lights, and I hate to say it, but some of them are still broken.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, so much more to hear from you at 10 o'clock tonight. Thank you so much for taking the time today, Jason. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right. Check in with you soon. Coming up, the mystery